My name is Olivia. This is my real story, a story that changed my life forever. A story of love, a story of pain, a story of a choice I never thought I would have to make. A choice between a homeless man and a rich boy who wanted to give me the world. But love is not always about money. Love is not always about a perfect life. Sometimes love is about the heart. Sometimes it is about pain, hope, and sacrifice. I was 24 years old. I lived in a small apartment in the city. I worked in a small coffee shop. Life was simple, but not happy. I had no family near me. My parents lived far away. They didn't talk to me much. They wanted me to marry a rich man, but I didn't care about money. I wanted true love, real love, not something fake, not something just for show. Every day I made coffee for people. Some were kind, some were rude, but one thing was the same. No one really saw me. No one asked how I was. No one cared until one day. It was a cold, rainy morning. I was walking to work. I passed the same corner every day. But this day, something was different. I saw a man sitting on the ground. He had long hair, a beard, and an old coat. His hands were red from the cold. He looked up at me and smiled. No one else looked at him. People walked fast. Some even stepped around him like he was trash. But not me. I stopped. "Are you okay?" I asked. He nodded slowly. "I'm all right. Just cold." I gave him the hot coffee I had in my hand. He looked surprised. "No one ever gives me anything," he said. That was the first day I saw him, but it was not the last. The next day, I brought him another coffee. Then again the next day, and the next. We talked, not for long, just 5 minutes before work. But in those 5 minutes, I smiled. He told me his name was Luca. He had no family. He had no home. He used to work, but he lost everything. Now he lived on the street. But even with nothing, Luca was kind. He never begged. He never asked for more. He just smiled and said thank you. One day at the coffee shop, a man walked in. He was tall, handsome, dressed in expensive clothes. He smiled at me. "Your name is Olivia, right?" he asked. I was shocked. He was the owner's son. His name was Daniel. From that day, Daniel came every day. He watched me. He talked to me. He asked me about my life. He said I was beautiful. He said I deserved more. He said I should not talk to dirty people on the street. He meant Luca, but I didn't listen. My heart was already changing for someone else. Luca and I started talking more. I brought him sandwiches, a blanket. One day, he gave me a drawing. It was a flower. He drew it for me. He said, "Even a flower can grow in broken ground." My eyes filled with tears. No one ever gave me something from the heart like that. I began to stay longer with him after work. We laughed. We cried. We shared stories of pain and dreams. I started to feel something I never felt before. Warmth, comfort, love. One night, Daniel took me out to dinner. He took me to a 5-star hotel. He gave me a necklace. He said, "I love you, Olivia. Be with me. I'll give you everything. Everything except what my heart wanted." I asked him, "Do you care if I talk to Luca?" He said, "Luca, that homeless trash. Forget him. You deserve better." I froze that moment. I knew. Daniel had money, but he didn't have a heart. One night, I went to Luca's corner, but he wasn't there. I waited. Then someone told me. The police took him. I ran. I cried. I didn't know what to do. I searched all night. Then, finally, I saw him. He was behind the train station, sitting under a bridge, cold, wet, alone. I hugged him. I didn't care if I got dirty. I didn't care if people stared. I just said, I missed you. He looked into my eyes. I thought you were gone, he said. I thought someone like you would never care about someone like me. I cried, and he cried too. That night, we held hands for the first time. Daniel waited for me at work. He brought flowers, gifts, and promises. But I told him the truth. I can't be with you. He looked shocked. Why? I'm rich. I love you, I said, but you don't respect love. You don't understand pain. He shouted. He called me foolish, but I didn't care. I walked away. I walked to Luca. Luca and I started spending every evening together. He found small jobs. I saved money. We shared food. We shared warmth. We shared dreams. Some days were hard. Some days we had nothing. But I was happy, truly happy, because I had love, because I had him. One morning, Lucas said, I want to become a man worthy of you. I smiled. You already are. But I knew this was just the beginning. Our journey was not over. We had dreams to chase. We had pain to face. And one day, life would test us even more. But for now, I was not afraid. Because I chose love, I chose him. Even if the world didn't understand, even if it hurt, I chose the homeless man over the rich boy. After I chose Luca, life was not easy. We didn't have much money. We slept in shelter sometimes. Some nights we were cold. Some nights we cried. But every night we held hands. Every night we said, we'll make it together. I worked extra hours. Luca helped clean in a small bookstore. We saved every little coin. Slowly, we found a small room to rent. One bed, one small window. But it felt like a castle because it was ours. One morning, Luca found something. A letter. It was from his mother. He opened it with shaking hands. Tears ran down his face. She's alive, he whispered. Luca never talked much about his past. He had left home when he was 18. His stepfather was cruel. His mother was scared. He thought she forgot him, but she didn't. She was looking for him for years. The letter said, if you ever read this, Luca, please come home. I never stopped loving you. I held him close. Go find her, I said. We took a train to a small town. Luca's childhood home was still there. He was nervous. What if she doesn't want to see me? He asked. But when the door opened, his mother screamed his name and hugged him tight. That moment, it felt like something was healed. A broken heart, slowly coming back to life. She cried. He cried. I cried. She said, who is this beautiful girl? He smiled and said, she's the one who saved me. Luca's uncle owned a repair shop in the same town. He gave Luca a job fixing bikes and small machines. Luca worked hard. He wanted to give me a better life. He said, you chose me when I had nothing. Now I want to give you something back. We stayed in the town. People were kind. No one cared that Luca was once homeless. They only saw the good man he was now. One day, I got a message from Daniel. He found my new number somehow. He said, I miss you, Olivia. I made a mistake. He said, I'll give you a house, a car, anything you want. Leave that man and come back to me. I was quiet. Then I wrote back only one sentence. I already have everything I want. Daniel never replied again. One morning, Lucas said, Come, I want to take you somewhere. He took me to the same coffee shop where I used to work, where we first saw each other on that cold, rainy day. He gave me a coffee. I smiled. I opened the lid, and inside there was a ring. I gasped. He went on one knee. He looked nervous, but his eyes were full of love. He said, "You gave me coffee when I had nothing. Now I give you this ring. Will you marry me, Olivia?" I cried. I couldn't speak. I just nodded and hugged him tight. "Yes," I whispered. 1,000 times yes. We didn't have a big wedding. No gold, no diamonds. Just us and a few friends. Luca's mother cried the whole time. She hugged me and said, "Thank you for loving my son when no one else did." We said our vows under a tree in a park. We promised to love each other in hunger and pain, in sunshine and rain. Now we live in a small house with yellow walls. Luca has a small repair shop of his own. I work at a new cafe in town. Every evening we eat together. We talk, we laugh, we remember the cold days, and thank God for today. People still ask me, "Why did you choose the homeless man over the rich boy?" And I always smile because I know I chose love. I chose soul over money. I chose truth over comfort. This was my story. This was my heart. My name is Olivia, and I am proud to say I chose the homeless man, and I never looked back. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe if you believe in true love. And remember, money can buy many things, but real love is priceless.